Good afternoon. This is Leah Dixon in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I'm back on today for a second time. I'm here to do a paper pumpkin unboxing. Mine's a little bit late. It arrived on Friday, but just haven't had the time. Sorry I couldn't give you guys a heads up I was coming on. I just, got home and have just a short amount of time here before I've got to run off and do other things. So I am here though with the paper pumpkin. If you pop on and want to say hi, I'd love to see you leave a comment so I know who's here. And I'm just going to pop in and say hi myself in the comments so that I can see it's working. Excellent. All right, so I am going to switch on over to my desktop. Hi, Marika.
I know, twice in one day. It's kind of, I've been really sick with migraines the last few days, and so now it's like my day off and time to catch up. So I have here the January Sending Hearts Paper Pumpkin. I've seen other people's previews of this. I'm so excited. And then I do have the little add-on kit as well that we'll hopefully get some time to play with. Otherwise, I'll be coming on for a third video sometime today. So we'll see how our time goes. All right, so we have some beautiful black ribbon here. We have a beautiful stamp set. Oh yay, I have the little snail. Sweet. This gorgeous heart and everything, and then some nice sentiments and flowers. The XOXO, perfect. All right, a little reminder here. Oh no, thank you, Marika.
I always forget to do that. Hi, Alita. Yes, I know. I have to remember to turn off my my mic on my phone that's recording my desktop. All right, so there's a little reminder here that you can get the little love boxes, paper pumpkin add-on, and just before I came on, I went on to make sure they were still available, and they are. So I put the link to these in the description of the video. You do have to be a paper pumpkin subscriber to be able to purchase these little add-ons. But they are just amazing. So if you are not a paper pumpkin subscriber and would like these add-ons, you have a few options. You can contact me directly. I am going to be putting in an order tonight so I could add those on to my order, or even better, become a paper pumpkin subscriber. Hop on, grab a prepaid subscription and earn some Sale-a-bration rewards and grab those. All right, and then we have some Poppy Parade ink, which is awesome. Favorite color. Okay, and let's see what's inside the box. Okay, I'm going to move all of this off to the side. There we go. So we have all sorts of space to craft in now. And we'll get this open. So paper pumpkins are the best. If you're not familiar with them, they are a kind of like mystery, well, not so mystery, but a little bit of a mystery crafting box that you can get in your mailbox each month. They literally come with everything you need except for a pair of scissors. And everybody has scissors at home, so we're all good. Okay, here we are. Get rid of that. So what else? We get our instructions, of course. So there's the little picture of what we're going to create for each of the two different cards. Those are so awesome. Love them. So we have some enamel hearts and stars here in all sorts of sizes. Those are gorgeous. Dimensional, so like even your adhesives come in here. Your envelopes. This is one of my favorite parts of paper pumpkin, is there's always fancy envelopes. In this case, it's solid red Poppy Parade, gorgeous envelopes. Yay! And then a lot of our pieces have often have metallic elements, and this is no different. These little mailboxes, the little flag, hearts and flowers, all have the metallic element, as do the hearts over here. So I'm going to grab one of each of those because I know we're going to need those to create what we're creating today. And then we have some card bases. I love this. This reminds me of some designer series paper we had a few years back during one of our celebrations, actually, I think. Oh, that is so beautiful. Love it, love it. And then our other one, this is, I'm going to say this is Petal Pink in the stripes. So beautiful. So we have all those card bases to do some more cards. Then we have our labels, and I love this because the fancy labels, this is kind of like the take your pick punch, but they're already done for you. Okay, and then you can choose, you could use the white side if you wanted, or the petal pink side. And then here, we're going to need at least one of these. It's a nice, cute little shape. We've got some scallops going on here. We're going to grab those. We've got some longer scallops that we're going to grab. And we're going to pop out one of these loves. Okay. And then we have our mini glue dots, which I adore having them on the sheet instead of the roll. Just makes my life a lot easier, I find. All right, so let's get started here. We're going to start with the petal pink card. And so we're going to grab our heart. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab this gorgeous heart with all the little hearts on it. Peel that off and grab a paper pumpkin block. So let's see. I should have a ton of them lying around. There we go. So that fits perfectly on our paper pumpkin block. I am not going to use the little one that came in the kit just because I have my own larger one. So instead, I am going to come on in here and I take my ink pad straight to my stamp when it's a larger stamp like this. And I'm going to ink that up until I can see the whole thing is covered. And then, try and make sure I'm doing this where you guys can see. I'm going to line this up. That's the nice thing about these clear stamps. Line that up inside that gold heart. And voila. Oh my gosh. That is adorable. This heart is amazing. I love it. All right. So with that done, we are going to also grab our little U and put that onto a block. Now you can pop that onto a paper pumpkin block if that's all you've got. I happen to have block A here, and so that's going to be a lot easier for me to not get ink all over the place. And I am going to pop that in there. And there we go. I got my U stamped on there. Okay. Now we are going to get, I think that's the right one. Yeah, there we go. We've got our little black trim here that we're going to put onto the back of this one. And so you could use the mini glue dots that came in your kit, or if you're like me, I'm a bit obsessed with my liquid glue. So that's what I'm actually going to use, is I'm just going to do a small bead of liquid glue along there and attach this. Now, if you use the mini glue dots, you won't have to wait for this to dry. But I actually don't mind the wait because I know that it's a good hold once it does dry, and I also know that then I can kind of fiddle around and make sure that this is lined up properly, because lining things up straight is sometimes an issue for me. All right, there we go. So we've got that. That's going to dry really quickly. I need that piece for that card and that piece for that card. So now our love is going to go on here with dimensionals. So they gave us some dimensionals, but I actually already have, oh, maybe I don't already have a pack going. I had a pack going earlier. Oh yeah, there it is. So I'm going to use mine that I already have going. I'm going to pop this over and put just 2 dimensionals on the back of this. There we go. All right. So I'm going to pop that on like that. And then before I put down my love, I'm going to get that gorgeous black ribbon that they gave us. And I'm going to attach some of that. Hopefully it doesn't get too loud here. I just heard a child come home. So hopefully they stay quiet. All right, so I'm going to take out a little bit of this and kind of like leave a bit there. That's going to allow me to tie a knot or a bow. And then I'm going to wrap this around, all the way around, and give myself a little bit more so I can do the other side of my bow. I'm going to tuck this under my love. I could have tied this before and then put down my love, but I wanted to kind of get a sense of how low I wanted it to be. All right, and then I am going to tie a knot before I go ahead and tie my bow. So I've just wrapped that around once, wrap it around twice, good old granny knot on there. And then with that tied, then I can do my bunny ears and put my bow on here. All right. Today has been such a luxury. It's my regular day off work. I have a few errands to run, but mostly my day has been stamping, which has been so nice because I haven't been well enough this weekend really to get a lot done. All right, there we go. Okay, and you just keep fiddling with that until it looks the way you want it to look. There we go. All right. And I'm happy with that, so I'm going to trim up my ends. Oops. There we go, and that one. All right. Ends are trimmed. And then we're going to add on, actually I'm going to just scooch that bow over a little bit. Scooch that over, raise it up a bit, and then I'm going to pop my U on here. And when I put this one on, I'm actually going to put it on with one of our mini glue dots because I'm actually going to make sure that it sticks to the word love. So it's going to be raised up a little bit. So I'm going to put 2 little glue dots on there near the top so that they're for sure on top of that word. There we go. And then pop this on there. Try and get that straight. There we go. So love you. Awesome. So with that all done, this is going to go onto our card front using some dimensionals. And that is going to be our first card all done. So these are perfect. You know, if you've just got those few people in your life that you want to send a quick little Valentine's to, your sweetheart, your best friend, your sister, that kind of thing. These are perfect, quick, and beautiful cards to send them. Here we go. So pop that on there. And voila. All right, so there is our first paper pumpkin card, all complete. Love it. Now, our next one always just makes me think of the actual paper pumpkin with like the mailbox and everything. I don't really know why, but it really does. So again, we're just going to attach this one with some glue so that we can get it on there straight. So I'm just going to do a bead of glue along here. And we're going to give that a little trim. I love that they have these little scallop trims. It's one of my favorite ways to accent things. If you take a look in the catalog, there's the Playing with Patterns stamp set. Has a few little trims and stuff, and one of them is a scallop, and I just love it. All right, so that's all ready to go there. And then we're going to put, oh, you know what I forgot to add on to here? Sorry, guys, we are going to pop back onto that first card again. I just realized we had all these lovely embellishments, and I didn't use any of them. Okay, so we have all these little hearts. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. There. We have all these little hearts, and we're actually going to cover up some of our other hearts with these to make it all just stand out a little bit. There we go. Actually, I don't want that one covered. I'm going to cover up this one, just the outline one. There. And down here, we're going to make this one pop up a bit. Okay, so I'm not actually adding any hearts to the very busy heart patterns. I'm just covering up some that are already here and making them kind of shiny and poppy. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to grab this one, and we need to grab a sentiment to stamp on here. So we do have a few choices. We've got Sending Love Your Way, Hi Valentine, Be Mine, and then the XOXO. So I do think that Sending Love Your Way is a great one for this. I'm going to grab that, grab a block to put that on, and our Poppy Parade ink. We're going to come on in here and stamp that onto our label. All right, that is lovely. Those two colors together are really beautiful. Okay, and then before we go and do anything else, we're going to grab these little guys. We've got a little mix of flowers and hearts, and we're going to put them on a little block as well. I like this. There's actually quite a bit of stamping to do on this card. There we go. So we're going to take that and kind of layer it in there. There we go. So that's nice because you could kind of fix that up and do it in any color you want if you didn't want to continue with the all red. And then I'm going to put a little heart on this envelope to seal it. I'm going to throw in a few little more flowers and hearts into the mix up here, the little bouquet of stuff flying around up here. There we go. And now we're going to attach our layers using dimensionals, and we're going to put a little swig of ribbon behind this. So it's just one of those kind of like little messy bows. And the way I like to actually put these down is to put a mini glue dot there or two, and then also if you don't have mini glue dots, you could just use like a strip of tear and tape, or just swipe some seal across there. And I'm just going to take that little, like I just wrapped it twice, and I'm just going to kind of pop it under there and push it down on those glue dots so that it gets stuck. And then I'm going to use dimensionals over top of this to kind of hold everything in place. So I'm actually going to put one dimensional right on top of this whole mess to really hold it in place, and then one on each end here. And I'll peel off all those bits. There we go. And then lay that down over top. All right, and now this piece, we're going to pop it over, and I like to put the dimensionals right over that seam where I glued the scallop edging on, just as another way of holding it in place. I know my glue is going to work, but just in case. Okay, and here we go. Oh, come on. Peel those off. There we go. And pop that on there. All right, so there is our second card. So you get enough supplies in your kit to create 4 of each of these cards. And then what I want to show you is that in addition to these 8 beautiful cards that you'll have created at the end, we also have our little add-on pack. Okay. So now our add-on pack, we can really do whatever we want with. We could use some of our pieces from our paper pumpkin to decorate these, and actually they have like a little image of using the love on here with some of the black ribbon. Or we can kind of do our own thing. I'm going to kind of go cutesy on these because I teach grade 2-3, and these are going to be little treat boxes that I take into my students. So I'm going to go quite cutesy on these. But basically what it is you get all these treat boxes. I believe it's 20 of them, which was perfect for me because I have 18 students in my class. And these are great little no adhesive boxes. So you're going to want to kind of fold over all of the edges that they have pre-scored for you. Get all of those folded. And there's those two little bits that pop out. And so if you've ever put together our paper pumpkin boxes or our little pizza boxes, this is exactly the same process. It's just extra tiny. So you're going to push up the one side and flip it down. Push in these two little pieces. And that's going to go over top. And push it down so they kind of click into those little holes. That's what holds it all in place, really, is just those two little tabs. And then you've got your lid here that's going to close, and you've got your cute little box. Now, it's not wanting to stay shut very well, which is, I guess, why we're going to add a little bit of weight to the top to keep it shut and tie a little ribbon around it. So I'm going to grab one of our little labels. We've got extra labels just like in our paper pumpkin kit. And we've got these adorable little snails. So I'm going to grab one of these guys. All right. And put those off to the side. And then I am actually, to make this stay shut, I think I'm going to actually grab, I was working with some scraps this morning. I know, Eileen, isn't the snail adorable? So I have, if you've been watching my videos, I've been really struggling to use up scraps. So I have a table full of scraps beside me. I'm actually going to grab one of these scraps. I think it's actually long enough to do it this way instead of this way. Actually, I want to do it the small way, I think. We'll see. Do I want it going across like that? No, I want it going this way. Okay, I am going to do it the long way. And so to do this, I'm going to just start on the back, kind of in the center. And I'm not even like measuring and scoring. I'm literally just folding around my box to create like a belly band on this box. And then just beyond where it kind of overlaps, I'm just going to snip. It doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be super straight. And that's going to create my little belly band that's going to go on here. And then you can use your mini glue dots if that's all that you have, if you've just got this kit and don't have a ton of adhesives. I happen to have a lot of adhesives, so I am going to actually grab my Seal Plus because that is, I know, a strong adhesive. Oh, I got too much on there. That's okay. Let's peel that up before we get anything stuck to it. All right, and then we'll come back in here, and I'm going to put this down like that. Oh, actually, wait, I just want to peel or roll that back so it doesn't get stuck. All right, so I'm going to line these up and push them together. So I didn't do this super duper tight. That way I'm going to be able to peel that off, fill this up with something, put a few little chocolates in there for my kiddos, and then slide that belly band back on. But that's going to keep that little box closed for me. Okay, so there's my belly band, and that was literally just a 1/2 inch scrap of Pool Party that I had lying around on my desk, because, you know, when you cut something down to create that 4 by 5 1/4 layer to put onto a card, you end up with a 1/2 inch strip. Because I always cut my paper down to 8 inches by, what would that be, 10 and a half, and then cut it from there. Okay, so now I've got my sentiment that I can put right on there, and my little snail that I'm going to put onto there. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this on my tabletop so it's nice and flat. I'm not going to do Sending Love Your Way for my class, so where did I put my stamps at? I should be able to see it right in front of me, but that's how things work on my desk. Things that are right in front of me, I lose sight of. There we go. All right, so I think I'm going to do the High Valentine on these, and that's going to be super cute. So I'm going to grab, I've got these really nice, it's the G block, and actually to make sure this is straight, I'm going to put that down on the lines and then put my block onto that. All right, grab my paper pumpkin, or sorry, not paper pumpkin, grab my Poppy Parade and stamp my High Valentine, and I'm going to stamp it quite far over to the right, giving me space to overlap this guy onto that label. And I also stamped it up a little bit high because I'm going to come in here and do a little bit of random stamping here with these guys as well around there. Okay, so it's off the edges and everything, but it's all good. It all kind of creates a nice little pattern. And actually I've got enough space there at the end to pop in there with a little flower and maybe come in and do a few little things up at the top as well. All right, just like that. All right, so we've got like a whole bunch going on around our High Valentine. Now with that done, we're going to pop that on here and pop that on here, and I'll probably use just my seal again on the back of this, or you could use mini glue dots. So I'm going to put that right on the back of there. And then and I'm going to make sure that this really gets lined up with that belly band so that I'll be able to slide it off. There we go. And then I'm going to use a dimensional for this snail so that I make sure it ends up in the right place. And on that belly band again, I'm actually going to put the dimensional onto the belly band instead of onto the snail. And then pop my snail down on top of that. All right, so there you have it. There's one way of decorating your little boxes. You could use some of that gorgeous black ribbon we got. You could come on in here with some of the little embellishments that we got. Do all sorts of things. You could actually tie this shut with a ribbon instead of with a belly band. All sorts of options. And then you've got this cute little box to fill. Fit in a few little Valentine's chocolates or a little sachet of cinnamon hearts. And the box itself is what, 2 by 3 inches and then ½ an inch deep. So just enough for something special. All right, so that is our paper pumpkin for this month. Thanks so much for waiting so long for me to be able to show you these cards and the little add-ons. So like I said earlier, I do have one more of these paper pumpkins to make the cards available because I ordered 2 this month. I'm only going to need the 1 plus my add-ons. So if you're interested in grabbing that, because there's still lots of time to get Valentine's ready for next month, give me a shout and it'll just be first come, first serve. $30 Canadian for that kit, and hopefully you're somebody local so I don't have to add on shipping to that. So let's see here, just transition back. Thanks so much for joining me. I won't be coming back on again today. Go spend some time with my family now. But I'll see you guys next Tuesday, and as far as I can tell, it'll be at my usual 9 a.m. So super excited to be back and stamping with you guys. Have a wonderful week, and keep your eye out on all the amazing card samples that are posted. I did have some time to do some scheduling of posts, so I know that there are a ton of cards coming your way this week using the Touch of Ink stamp set. Bye!